So what I am planning on doing is showing you guys how to apply your colored pencils to a circle, as well as on the back you're going to find your squares. So one thing that you're going to need to do, you're going to need to have a pencil sharpener. You're going to need to really sharpen your pencil before you start there. Mine's pretty sharp there. Just make sure you get a nice tip. What may have to happen is, as you're layering, you might need to sharpen a bit more. If your lines start to get uneven, what that means is your pencil is not sharp enough. So if you see how, that's pretty darn sharp right there. So anyway, so this is just a reiteration a bit of my first video, but this will kind of help you to see what is needed. So what you're going to do here is you're going to very lightly outline. This is very transparent here. And make sure when you outline that you are hitting the edge really well with your pencil. And like I said, I am barely touching my surface as I go. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go in a horizontal way. You're going to make this go back and forth. And as you can see, I am not picking up my pencil at all when I'm doing this. If for some reason you've got a little white between your lines, you can go back and fill those in. I'm just kind of going up and down, but you can see I'm going in that horizontal direction right there. And I'm just trying to make everything even. So I may end up going, horizontal, and then I might see that, say, this is lighter than this, and I might go back and add a little bit to it. And I'm going relatively slow here. And I'm taking it all the way to my edge right there. So that is my first coat right there. So what you're going to do after you go horizontal, you're going to go vertical. And it is sort of a harder thing, I think, on a circle, to show you guys what to do, because naturally, if you're given a square, it would be a lot easier to go horizontally and vertically, but I'll definitely show you guys both ways. And on the square, I'll show you how to mix your colors and stuff like that. So the second coat, when I'm doing this vertically up and down, my blue, it's getting darker, but what I'm doing is I'm not pressing down harder than what I did previously. And what I'm trying to do is I'm keeping my pencil, it's almost like a magnet is under it, and it's glued in a way, or stuck to my surface. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make circular motions here on the outside edge. You're going to go from the outside of your circle, and then you're going to go to the inside. So we're working outside in, and just double checking, making sure that things are even here. And then I'm moving just a little bit in. And really, I'm keeping my pressure the same as it was when I was doing my lines. I'm not really going any heavier than what I was before. Okay. Now, when you look at this, it's relatively even, I would say. Now, if you look at this and you think, gosh, it's not quite even, you can go back and do the opposite of what you did. The reason why we do the circles is because it is the opposite way of those vertical and horizontal lines. So if you feel like your circles did not do it for you, Or if it's not quite dark enough, what you can do is go back with your horizontal lines and vertical lines and do another coat in it. The main thing is just taking things in opposite directions the next time that you apply a coat to it. I really feel like at this point, I think that's a good little stage. This, when you look at it, it's semi-transparent. You can kind of see the little bitty flicks of the paper underneath. There's no like waxy anything going on. So that's really what I'm looking for, you guys. And what I would recommend y'all do whenever you start, I would actually start with the primary colors, the red, blue, and yellow. And then I would move on to the secondary colors, the purple, orange, and green. And then I would go into, after that, the tertiary colors. It's a lot easier to go in that route just because what you're trying to do is you're trying to find a nice middle color in between these two when you're doing the tertiary. So doing this last to make sure that things flow really well is really important. So next video, I'm going to show you guys how to do the square.